Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Adventurers Pack, and welcome to tonight's episode of Melos Machina. I am your wow, that's a take back. I am your Dungeon Master, Scott. And we're so very excited to have you all in here. We don't have a lot of announcements to make. A couple of things, though, that we do want to make sure that everyone here knows. First off, super happy to have you. If you have not already seen the update to our scheduling with this show and with the show moving forward and every show here at the Adventurers Pack, we will not be airing on the last week of the month on all of our shows. And we will also be taking next week, or not next week, the week after next off, Thanksgiving week. We will not be there during that week. So we are here for today, we are here next week, and then we will see you next month.
Don't say that.
And a couple of other things, a couple of quick errata first off. There was a misspelling in one of the character names in episode 1 that has been corrected. So if you would like to see how to actually spell Duathi's name, it will be under their character sheet. And additionally, there was a bit of misinformation about the rivers of around Riversmeet. The main river flowing through is not the Mifstrian, it is actually the Conderflow. So with those changes, I'm gonna bring this on over to all of the players. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Are you ready for tonight's episode of Melos Machina?
You betcha.
All right. When last we met our adventurers, having found your way into the small shipping town of Riversmeet, either by log or by previous happenstance. Eventually, you found yourselves in the same tavern, the Lost Cask, awaiting something, word from your fellow rivergoer, or a ship that was yet to come. Having met both halves of this group and exchanged some pleasantries, a clamoring was heard outside. It appeared the ship that what you were awaiting was coming in a little too quickly. Having rushed outside just in time to see it crash into the docks, you ran up to join the town guard to see what had happened. Seeing very few crew on the ship, a swarm of strange undead creatures began to emerge from the water and the ship itself. Having fended them off with potentially one casualty, and killing the strange creatures that were emitting spines from their backs, you now find yourself in the brief quiet after combat. As you look about, you see the fallen bodies of the creatures that you have slain. You see the exhausted captain of the guard very close to you. There is no sound of any other creatures coming from the river. And there's one downed body behind, and one companion coming back to consciousness. What would you like to do?
I would immediately like to send the bird, my little birdie spirit, and I would like to send it to the person who is down, the guard.
Absolutely.
Like smack, and I'd like to have it sit on him, and then he's going to heal. As soon as it hits him, it's going to heal him for, I believe it's D6.
Okay. Duathi's healing spirit, this transparent bird, rushes on over to the downed guard.
He heals for 2. Keep rolling 2s.
And as your spirit flutters over and lands on the body, he remains unmoving. The captain who you have previously fought against. Listen, I don't know where you all came from, but I appreciate your help. She looks over to the one remaining guard. Joffrey, please see to the people. And she gestures over, and you can see now from where you had come from the Lost Cask, a small crowd is beginning to gather of townsfolk of all ages. The other guard immediately rushes over, sheathes his blade, hands up. All right, everyone, okay, there's nothing to see here. Please step back. That she looks back over to the ship and back down at her downed companion. I need to get these bodies over to Sada, or at least get Sada here. Listen, I don't have the time for pleasantries at this moment, but you were helpful. Can you help me?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's
Sure.
anything.
Excellent. I need something. I need help. It's just me and you all seem to be able to handle yourselves.
Of course.
Well, most of us.
Actually, on that note, I'm going to have the bird. I think I've got about like 10 more seconds of it left. I'll send it over towards Finn.
Sending it over to Finn. All right.
Thank you.
You healed for 5.
I'll help Finn to their feet. You couldn't manage to stay away from anything harmful this time, could you, Finn?
I'm beginning to notice an unsettling pattern emerge in our field work. Be all right. I look down at my disheveled clothes and grab the spellbook and just run a hand over the patches of dirt and blood and prestidigitation. It's spotless clean, but I don't suppose you know a tailor to patch up these holes in town? Anybody?
So we could get to Taylor's at some point here, but
Right.
And I'll go over to the dead body at this point. What was their name?
Theodore.
Theodore. I'll take him. And I'll scoop him up.
Excellent.
What do you need help with?
I think the first thing that we need at this moment, as you go down to scoop up Joffrey, she actually stops you. I don't know what else might be on that ship. And Joffrey, and she looks over to the other guard who turns his head back. Grab one of them. Go see Tasada, please. Have her come. And you can see Joffrey then turns to one of the members of the town and begins speaking. Young man rushes off. I have this. We just need to make sure that there's nothing left on there. As quick as you can be. If I see anything else, I will happily yell. If you hear me, come back up. We need to clear this out as quickly as possible. Make sure that the rest of the town is safe. Can you do that for me?
Of course.
I appreciate you, and I will happily learn all of your names once this is done. Please see to it.
Who should we report to when we have found out the information that we have?
Me,
on the
I will
ship?
be right. I'm not going anywhere.
And your name is, should we need to call for you on the ship?
Captain Ferry.
Fury?
Ferry, yes.
Ferry.
Fearie.
Thank you for your assistance, Captain, and we'd be happy to return the favor. Right, Andy?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. And you can see she is shaken.
Me too.
Andy, Finn, see you at the ship. I would like a private word with the captain at the moment.
Yeah, sure.
Are we doing
Oh, for sure. We're gonna get on that ship.
okay?
Honestly, I'd really like the continued aid.
Yeah.
You've come in quite handy. You seem much more capable than I, at least.
I don't know about that.
Well,
Let's go
You
check
hey,
things
okay,
out.
You were. Don't
You
sell
did
yourself short.
great,
You were really
Dwarfy.
cool. But this is dangerous territory. And as we were walking up to the ship, I'll show again that same quill. On our way down, we were looking for a cart that had not made it, and these same quills were in the cart.
Yeah.
As we're on the boat, or in the boat.
metal and organic. What do you make of this, Andy?
I've never
Pass one of them to you.
And as you look at this, it is about 4 inches long.
Okay.
It's fairly large. The top of this and the end cap is, it's almost as if it has been smithed. It is.
Have I seen something like this before?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
Yeah, give me a history check.
15?
15. You haven't come across this. This is bizarre. And thinking back, you don't know of any use of a thing like this. With your knowledge of smithing, this isn't any sort of tool that has been made,
Right.
but it appears to be purely a weapon, almost an oversized dart.
Okay.
And the top half of it, looking over it, it doesn't appear smithed. You see no hammer marks. You see no welds. It doesn't appear to have been forged. And the under half of it, where the organic would lay, it almost appears fused together, as if there's a perfect blending between the more cartilage-like. It's slightly springy,
Okay.
but it's more like fingernails.
Like a keratin.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it blends perfectly into the metal.
Looking at my shield after Boily Guy exploded,
Mm-hmm.
the spines that released from him, are they at all similar?
Taking one off, give me an investigation. And is this happening kind of as you're all going
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 10.
A 10. Pulling one of these off, much, much smaller. And these don't appear to have any of the same metal. They're slightly translucent, almost like that of a barb from an animal. It looks somewhat hollow. And as you hold it up, you can see a very small amount of liquid on the inside of it.
On the way.
It just flies away. The 4 of them heading to the boat, you sticking around.
Just for a brief moment, if possible, I know the captain is rather urgent in their business, but I just would like to approach them, grab them by the shoulder.
Yeah.
Pardon me, Captain. I know you are very busy, but I would like to offer my services as a former member of the Melos Machina City Guard. I have experience leading and patrolling, should you need any additional help.
I greatly appreciate that. I believe if I can have you overlooking the ship, once we have cleared that and made sure that there's nothing else, we can see about cleaning all of this up.
Sure.
I just want to ensure that there's not a... And you can see she takes a deep breath. Now that this chaos has passed, she seems to be steadying herself, and her demeanor shifts slightly. Now that initial chaos has left, making sure that there is nothing else on the ship, we should be able to secure this and make sure that safety is brought back to the town. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Aaron,
Aaron,
call
thank you,
for
Aaron.
mentioning you, and I will turn back to the group.
And as you turn, you can see she is leaving Theodore's body and is heading back towards the water and is not just scanning it, she appears to be making sure that there is nothing in there, making her way onto the ship.
Yep, I'll continue.
All right, so having all climbed aboard onto the ship, the main deck where a brief bit of this combat had happened, it is a smaller vessel, and the main deck looks as though it has small areas for cargo to be kept, and at the far back on the stern of the ship there are ladders to either side of what appears to be a hatch in the wall that creates the upper deck of the ship, where the steering wheel was, with the initial body that was on the ship, who is still up there.
I think it lasts, let me double check, it lasts 1 minute. Every minute I'm going to be tapping my stick against the ground, and every minute or so the thorns start to recede back into the stick, but I'm going to re-up them
Okay.
to try and keep the stick ready to go.
So, with every passing moment overlooking, you're met with the sounds of seagulls crying in the air, and then the occasional thump, thump.
Was that your stick making that?
Yeah, looking over, you see
Okay.
Dwathi tapping the stick, and
It's
suddenly,
like, oh.
out of this, out of the staff that they carry, the end becoming darkened and blackened like charred wood, and just spikes growing out of it.
Yeah, make it better for smacking.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. You said there's like a door,
Mhm.
a hatch. I'm gonna slowly walk to it. I think we should check to make sure there's nothing else below deck.
Yeah. I'll go with you.
Yeah.
I'll go too.
You look like you can handle yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking,
Fortunately.
you know. And I will hold my shield in one hand, and then kind of with the elbow, kind of open it into a
Sure.
sweep in.
And as you have all come onto the ship, Andy now kind of being on the bow, you hear behind you just the of
I was
Chauncey
gonna say.
as he gets up to the edge, the rail of the ship, and there's this moment just like
Oh, do you need help?
looks like he might need a little help hopping up.
Okay.
I'll, for just a brief moment, stop the mage hand from writing further notes in my spellbook and see if it will give enough force to help give Chauncey a little boost.
As
That's kind of him.
your transparent hand flitters over and gets onto the back of Chauncey, and there's no budge.
No,
Chauncey
no.
appears to be very heavy.
Right,
Sorry,
yeah,
he's-
this is,
He's got a
Quill is
big
about
behind.
right.
I'll just go over and help him up.
Didn't you just fling an anchor at someone?
I did, yeah. That was like a different thing. So I just
Give me a strength check really quick.
oh, not very
I'm
strong.
gonna keep the mage hand doing whatever it can. 10 feet
okay.
of force, or 10 pounds. It's not
Oh,
much.
that was not good. That's a 4.
Yeah, with you there behind Chauncey, trying to lift again.
Yeah,
you-
Anyone a little
it's
bit
fine. I'll get
cool.
it. I'll jump back off the show and just.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
No, not you.
No.
Not you.
That one is.
Strength. Why? Okay. No, that was rude. That's a 9.
With all of you trying to help Chauncey up, this thing is made of quite a bit of metal, and he is heavier. He looks heavy, and he is heavier than he looks.
Okay.
And
So-
as you've all kind
yeah.
of wrapped around, he kind of brings back and kind of lowers himself and wiggles his side. And
What's he doing?
He looks up at you as if waiting for something. And just-
Are you,
Do I understand?
Give me an animal handling.
Okay.
Yes.
That was not nice to me. Okay. 12?
12. As Andy, you're for the first time really getting to know this creature. You sense it in his shaking, that anticipation, that waiting, as if waiting for a command.
Okay. You know, it seems like he's a little too heavy to come onto the ship, so Andy, I grab him by the face and I just say, Chauncey, I'm so happy to have you here, but you're gonna have to stay here for a sec.
Shakes a little bit, and as he does, the drill on his chest kind of, as he kind of shimmies down into the ground and seems to be sitting.
I just pat him on the head. Say, we'll be right back.
Is he alive?
In a way. Yeah.
We'll try to be quick.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Heavy. I'm sorry. It's
No,
a long
it's
day
fine. We
of
all tried.
going down the river.
I kind of want
Yeah.
to talk to him. Anyway,
We can do that.
I would love to talk to him.
Okay.
So, back to the door, I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's pertinent to continue this investigation thoroughly.
But before we go, I turn to them. I say, do either of you have that letter?
I believe
I do.
Finn has a
Right.
precise
Okay.
copy.
Was there
Well,
anything?
what's left of it anyway?
There wasn't any pertinent information on there, other than the name of the ship.
I flip through the pages of my spellbook to, you would see a scrap of paper or parchment that's been mostly burned away as I recount some of the message. I mean, this is the ship that we're looking for, and something was supposed to arrive on the ship.
Okay.
That's about all of it.
Okay.
You were waiting for this ship?
So to speak, yes. I'm sorry we weren't fully transparent with you earlier. I mean, it's private
We
business,
can all catch
but-
up on this
Yeah, honestly,
later.
I'd kind of just want to make sure that there's
Let's go.
fewer
Yeah,
dead,
yeah.
Yeah.
undead,
Yeah.
dead things.
And, leave Chauncey alone as short as possible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course.
As I go back to the hatch and open it, I'm gonna cast Divine Sense again to detect good and evil. So
Right.
I can Celestial, Fiend, and Undead within 60
Alright.
feet. That's not behind total cover. So once I get into another space.
So rushing over to the hatch, and you open it immediately, extending your senses to the other world. You don't get any no pings immediately, and as you come in, you seem to be in a small back room, a bit of a cabin. There are some cots to either side, and directly to your right is a ladder that seems to lead down to the bottom hull of the ship.
This floor is clear.
Does it,
How do you know?
Well, I don't see anything like these guys.
Okay, fair enough.
Are there, does there seem to be any cargo anywhere?
In this main section, not so much. It appears to be more of a living quarters for whoever might have been the crew. You see 2 sets of cots on either side. There doesn't appear to be a single one that is singled out more than the others.
Okay.
Very simple canvas that are strung on either side with rope swinging 2, one atop the other on each side. You can see one of them has a coat hanging over it, but the others seem to be just empty.
Can I go rummage the pockets of the coat?
Sure.
I'm particularly as I walk, I'm going to mention to Andy and Finn, keep out for the name of L. Remember?
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just want to see if there's any type of items left behind in this pocket, anything on the cots, signaling anybody recently, lived on this ship. As I recall hearing someone was shouting as the ship was coming in that there's no one at the helm, so that's certainly concerning.
Yeah, rummaging through the pockets, they're empty. It just seems to be a heavier coat for someone traveling down the river.
Andy, I think this might be another time for that rapid ritual. What do you think?
Yeah.
Detect I'll flip to the page in the back of the book and quickly read over it, close the book, it glows, and then in an instant, I cast Detect Magic as an action.
Okay. You get a sense of magic coming pretty much from each of the party members around you. But aside from that, nothing.
Yeah. Would have expected something, but... And And is there further deeper
Yeah, I
into
was
the
gonna say.
below
Yes,
decks
so
that we
directly
could
to
go?
your right there is a ladder that seems to lead down. This room in the back, on the stern of the ship, when you had gone up onto the section that had the steering wheel, this room seems to just be a small section that is below that. But there's a ladder that leads down. No hatch covering it. Peering down, it is dark. There is there does not appear to be any source of light.
I can. Did I get that right?
You did, yeah.
I'll clear by my count as well. I think either we have to go deeper or we can call this ship clear. But
Well, please have my back. And I'll start tapping with my stick down, kind of like
Helps
in the
with
doorway
sticks.
first, headed down. And I'm going to tap each step on the way down so there's something in front of me before.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
slow moving, but you're able
Yeah.
to tap, tap,
Yeah.
tap. You're able to get down, and once you get in on the bottom step, it is tap, tap, splash. You hear the sound of water meeting the tip of your spear.
Look down. Is it water?
As best as you can tell, is swishing it around.
Swishing, yeah.
There's water at the base of the ship here, and it's not an insignificant amount.
So there's there's a couple of inches of water down here, so we
Ooh.
should definitely make it quick. Granted, we're in a river, so I'm sure, I don't know. Boats sink is kind of, I don't know much about them.
I don't
Yeah.
either. But
I don't swim, so
I don't think it's deep enough for that.
I can.
Does it occupy the entire base of the entire hull of this
I will
ship?
walk deeper in.
I will
and
follow
with
closely.
dark vision. I will see.
Oh, is it dark down here?
It is dark.
Right.
Yes.
As soon as I descend, I would like help me out, GM. The stairs descend. Is it? Do we land like mid chamber, or are we like against a side
You're
wall?
in the farther back.
Okay.
As soon as you come in, there is directly in front of you. There is a wall. It appears as though this is a separated area, and an opening where a door might be, but it appears to simply be open. Looking in the back here, you can see sacks that have been pushed to the side here in the stern that are now quickly absorbing the water that has come in. There's enough room for everyone to get down into this space and move about. But with that, and you being the first one, you are able to look through the rest, and it is a much longer room going all the way down. You can see a couple of lanterns that are swinging from the ceiling. None of them are lit. But you can also see a bit of light streaming in. At the far end, in this room that has a couple of crates, a few logs strapped to the side that appear to have been sliced and prepared for being cut into lumber. But on the right side of the ship, you can see that there is, farther to the front, the beginning of a decent-sized hole in the hull.
Geez.
You can see the, not necessarily the outside, but you can see light coming in from the water there. And at the very far end, there's another wall, but this one appears to have a door that is closed.
Okay. Do I sense any movement that's not water or us?
You do not.
Okay. There's another room in the back, but there is a leak.
Okay.
And I will continue walking, taking point towards the back door.
I'll hang back on the stairs as I shout out. Maybe it's just me, but I can make much detail out down here. Anybody have a light source? or,
I can-
Jeez.
Sorry. I can help out, and I will get to the bottom of the stairs, and right at the like the third step from the bottom, I'll slap my hand and cast light on the side of the staircase.
Oi.
Okay.
To
That's
illuminate.
better.
Now, really quickly, before you cast this, you look in, and for a vantage point on the best place to cast light, because as you come down the staircase, there's the stairs and a wall, and then the archway.
I think then I would walk up to like one of the hanging lanterns and just
Yeah.
cast it on the bottom of that.
Perfect. As you come around the corner of this this doorway, there's a lantern hanging there, not lit. And as you reach up, rather than lighting the flame within, there is a and the entire area is now illuminated.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Right.
Well, it seems we have a ticking clock, everyone, so let us make quick observation.
Right. I got about 9 minutes before I can't sense the magic anymore, so...
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll keep watch.
I would like to head straight for the door that I see.
Okay, heading straight for the door. As you, the farther towards the bow that you get, the water begins to get a little deeper up on the legs. You go from just being right at about the top of your, or the mid of your foot, to then covering your foot, to then the ankle. And by the time you get to the door, it's not all the way up. It's not meeting your calf, but it is pretty high up on your ankles.
So these are going to need a polish later. Is it look like I can actually physically open the door, or
I mean, it is a door.
the bane of every D&D player's
is.
existence?
At this point, I'd love to also follow, actually, close behind. And
I can see just fine.
just
Andy stays by the stairs. Yeah, I stay by the stairs. I'm just like, I'm not a big fan of water, so I'm just gonna stay back here.
It's fine. We might need a quick exit anyway.
Cool.
I'm just standing behind, sort of preparing for if anything pops through this door or anything.
I'll follow very cautiously in the back of the group that is progressing forward.
Having a knowledge of arcane sensors around sensitive areas, can I quickly scan like the perimeter of the door frame for any type of like arcane markings or alarm triggers?
Sure. You can give me an investigation check on this one.
Six.
I hate it when they just write things down.
Yeah, looking about, you do not see any sort of carvings into the doorway. You see no writing, nothing that would detail any sort of casting of any sorts. You don't see any strings or wires through the doorway itself, and even through the keyhole. You don't notice anything that looks as though you might trigger anything.
I think it's pertinent for the captain to know that the ship is taking on water, so if you don't mind, I'll take a quick moment and alert them of the situation, and I'll just send a quick message to Captain Ferry. Am I saying that right? Ferry?
Fury, yeah.
Fury. I just want to say, let them know that it appears there is a sizable hole in the hull of the ship, and it is taking on water. It would be pertinent to find a repairman quickly.
There's a responsive. Yeah, I saw it hit the dock. This is why I asked you to go now.
Sure. Okay. Through and through, as one would say, and I will try and open the door.
All right, and this one does in fact appear to be locked. As you go to reach for the handles, it does not move.
I have thieves' tools.
Andy, it's only about ankle deep on me, and we're similar heights. I think you'll be okay.
Okay.
It's not so bad.
Plus, I can over there. It looks pretty strong if we need to pull you out.
Great.
Yeah.
Andy, I reluctantly, but trying to be as quick as I can, walk towards the door.
Finn, let's clear a path, shall we? And I'll summon Mage Hand and try and.
Thank you.
Well, you know, I'm used to futile tasks. Sure.
So I'll take out my tools and try to unlock it.
All right. Yeah, give me a dexterity check with proficiency.
Okay.
That is a nat 20.
Yeah, it is, Andy. Yeah, it is.
Okay. So, with deft hands, you come up to this machine, and even with the water around you are, I don't like this, I don't like this, let's make this quick, and you do.
Great, I opened it. I'm leaving.
Wow.
With that, Andy spinning as soon as the door has opened ever so slightly. The movement of the door is halted slightly by the amount of water that is in the bow now. Those of you with dark vision are able to see there's a small bit of light that gleams through, but this room seems to have a couple of chests in them that appear to have a latch and a lock.
Andy.
I will first take my spear and open the door further.
Yeah,
Shield out, walking in.
as it opens in,
Points.
almost half of the front of the ship is now gone, and you can see one crate that is slowly drifting.
No.
And is already out of reach. And you can see as it begins to go away, it catches the current of the river and just and immediately tumbles under the water as it's swept away.
Yeah, we lost a chest.
Looking about at the size of this room, you lost many.
Cool. Is anyone able to carry them out, maybe?
So
Okay,
Sure.
I'll come.
grab what you can.
Scanning around for any trace of magic or the arcane residue I sensed in, previous field exercise. Anything.
Nothing.
Okay.
Can I run? It seems that we need some hands here.
Yeah.
I think there might be some townsfolk on the docks who can help
Yeah.
us out.
I'll just, if there's anything small that I think I can grab onto.
There's the two chests that are locked. That's it on the bow. In the main hull of the ship, again, there are some crates. There's the lumber, and the far back there are many sacks of something.
There's a mini sack of something. It sounds like probably about my size.
I'll come back in and try to pick up one of the chests.
Sure. What's your strength?
Just in general.
Mhm.
It's +0, so it's a 10.
A 10? Yeah, you were able to grab one. The water helps. You're able to
Okay.
kind of lift it. It's got a little bit of buoyancy now, but as soon as it leaves the buoyancy, you can feel the weight of it. It's heavy, but you can carry it.
Okay, cool.
You say the hole is big enough for things to float through it.
Oh, it is very large. You
Okay.
can see that it opens up. It's almost a third of the front of the ship is just gone.
I'd like to take any of the chests that aren't being carried that seem to have like handles or anything, and I'm going to take some of my rope and almost like daisy chain various things to keep
There's
the
just the
buoyancy.
two in the front.
Just the two in the front?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll daisy chain those to be like, why fight the river?
Cool. I like
Smart.
that. I put it
Very
back
smart.
down to be daisy chained.
Yeah, and basically hold on to the rope, tie it off somewhere first in here, somewhere solid, and let them kind of flow out to be caught by any townspeople that might get out.
Do me a favor. Give me a survival check. This is going to encompass the tying of the rope, both the knots on the chests and also it to the wall.
Yeah, that's an 11.
An 11? Yeah, it's not that hard to do. You're able to, with your rope, loop it around the handles. They both have them. And along the side of the ship, it looks like this is mostly a cargo ship, and you can see there are wrought iron rings that have been bolted to the side. You're able to loop one onto that, and you give it a fairly secure knot. And with a quick just shove, they into the hole and out into the water. And you can see right where they begin to catch the current, there's that quick just turn. And as they attempt to go over the rope immediately, it goes taut.
And we have an escape rope, just in case we need to go out this way.
While that's happening, can I run back up topside to the railing where Chauncey was stationed? And I'd like to be I'd like to call out to anyone who is within earshot. It seems the ship is taking on water. We need all hands available to go below decks and bring all the cargo onto the dock. Please, this is important. Not to lose anything.
As you were immediately calling for folks, Captain Ferry looks up and said, "Belay that! We do not need... The cargo does not matter. Is there anything dangerous down there?
No, it seems that...
Leave it!" And she turns back to the folks that stay where you are. While Aaron has rushed upstairs, what are the rest of you doing?
Now that everything here seems secured, I'm going to walk back. And did you say there was another deck below?
No, you
No?
are in the main hall.
In the
So
main hall?
Bottom.
Okay, we're down.
we've
the
tied
bottom.
the chests off.
Is there any part of the boat left unexplored?
No, you've looked over the whole thing.
All right. I don't think there's any more dead things
Doesn't
wandering
seem like
through
it.
here. So is there anything else we need to do before we
I
go
mean-
back up to the top of the boat?
There was a shipment on this boat, and I'm afraid it's
Probably
swept away.
gone.
Excuse me. I'd like to now run up to the top as well.
All right,
and
well, we'll cut between these scenes
Yeah.
then really
Yeah.
quickly. Coming back up, Captain Ferry walks up and says, I appreciate, and I do not mean to step over, but this is my town and I do need to protect it. The people need to be kept at bay. Cargo does not matter. Lives matter.
Forgive me. I'm hasty to give you the answers that you seek for this.
Perfect. And the only answer I need is you have answered. There's nothing dangerous down there.
Not that we can perceive, no.
Okay, perfect. Please bring your people back. The ship can always be repaired. We can always get to the bottom of the river.
Very well.
And it is about at this time that you will have come up onto the deck. You see Captain Fury talking to Aaron over here.
Breeze right past and back down on the dock and just start walking very briskly as I can down with the flow of the river, scanning. I can only detect the presence of magic within 30 feet, but I'd like to see if perhaps any trace at the bottom of the river or sweeping down, sweeping away with the flow.
Yeah, looking out, you can see that there are a few chests and crates. Most of them are now beneath the water at this point, but you can now see a trail that is going down the Condor flow.
And any with a similar make or reminder of the crates we saw.
This rate, it's impossible to tell. Crates look the same.
Just slow to a stop and kind of defeated, just pop a squat on the dock and let my legs dangle as I pull out my spell book and this time by hand start taking notes.
Mhm.
And just wait.
Anything from the rest of you now down below?
Does any of this look like the things that you needed?
I don't really know. I just figure it's best to take the chests and see what's in there.
They're attached. Hey, Duwathi.
Uh-huh.
Will you just kind of make sure I don't get swept into the river in a second? I'm gonna pop my head under the water.
Oh, okay.
Just quick. I'm gonna hold on to the rope.
Just quick. Okay. I don't want you to go away too much. Okay. It's not much, but maybe I can get just a little bit stronger. Hold on one sec.
Only if things go south.
Okay.
Just keep an eye.
Okay.
Please. I'd like to follow the rope to where the hole is open,
Mhm.
into the water. Take a big deep breath. Put my head under the water and scanning as far as I can see, do another divine sense to see if there's any undead in the water that are still
Sure.
like, hey.
Yeah, going out into the water, you do not see anything that appears to be peeking out.
I think we're good.
You okay?
I don't really want to be in the water anymore, so I'm gonna go back up.
Okay.
Do you all need any help with anything?
I'm just gonna meet the chests on the other side,
Cool.
but not go out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need any help with the chests?
I think get dock side, top side, deck side, and then we can
Yeah.
worry about the chests maybe.
Okay.
I heard yelling out.
Yeah.
It was kind of muffled.
Okay, I can probably help if we get up there. You can tie them to me, and then I could maybe pull.
Duathi, with all due respect, you are a
What?
wafer thin.
What?
As Andy's climbing, I'm climbing up and I go, I'll help. Just get me out of the water.
I could maybe be stronger. Anyway,
Sure,
I'll go.
sure.
Okay.
Okay, so wait, what is happening?
We're
going back up. Okay, heading back up
Yeah.
onto the deck. What's both of yours passive perception?
13.
13?
Give me a sec. I don't think that I would be even
That
passively.
is fair. You're into your book.
Yeah, in the book, like
Um,
on the far end of the dock. Yeah, as far as the dock goes, I would have stopped and sat, and I am now in the pages.
Okay. Aaron, you would have noticed that now while talking to the captain, a couple of townsfolk have rushed over. One of them, well, two of them seem to have brought a stretcher and are bringing Theodore's body onto it and lifting it and beginning to carry it away through the crowd. A few others are bringing over large, looks like canvas or cloth, and are beginning to wrap the corpses of the creatures that had come out of the water. This is starting. At this point, all of you now on the deck of this ship, coming up to the bow, you can see that the crowd is beginning to disperse now that Joffrey has and Captain Ferry are ensuring that no one has come close. Many of them seem to be feeling as though ship crashing into the dock. We can see this from any angle there, and are dispersing. A few of them are sticking around, but at this point, things aren't going back to normal, but things are certainly calming. You now see a couple of the other workers that were at the docks originally, those who haven't been injured, have been given the go-ahead and are beginning to walk towards the ship, a few ropes in hand.
I would love to go over towards the folks who are wrapping the creature that had the spikes, the spines.
I'll be right back. I can help.
And then I'm going to walk over and I'd like to take a quick look at it and see if I can see where if the spikes are coming out of it.
Sure, of course. As you hop over the railing, you pass by one of the workers heading towards the ship with a rope, and kind of turns and looks at you as you pass by.
Hello.
Turns and heads back towards the boat. By the time that you've gotten to the folks who are wrapping this up, they look up. Oh, hello, and they've finished at this point. It is completely wrapped in the canvas.
That's okay. I know that, it's probably not a thing you see every day is, a big shambling monster coming out of a boat. But did you see, it had some spines on it. Did they
I mean, this was a rat ugly one. It had a lot coming out of it and a lot in it.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'd rather not look at it again.
Well, that's okay. Just so we're safe, I'd like to, if it's okay, can I'm not going to do anything of harm to it. I'm just going to make sure it doesn't, start walking again.
Sure, I'm supposed to take this into town,
It'll
actually.
only take a moment.
Okay, what are you gonna do to it? I was told to keep it as is.
This will actually keep it as is. I'm going to do some magic.
Okay.
And I'm just going to gently reach down, and at first I'll touch my eyes, and then I'll reach down towards where the creature's eyes were, and I'll cast Gentle Repose.
Okay. Reaching your hand down over to where the eyes of the creature through the canvas, your spell seems to take effect.
Okay.
Was that is that it?
That's it.
All right. Thank
It
you.
won't decay, so if anyone's investigating it, you can probably learn a little bit more.
That's probably helpful. And he's like dragging it away.
Okay, I've got to go help now.
And then I'm going to run back over towards where folks are.
Now,
Trying
while,
to
while
get
this has all been happening, the workers now, a couple of them hopping onto the ship, they're now chucking ropes and tying them off onto the stern, bringing the whole thing about. But as one of the workers gets to the top where the helm is, there's a moment of, ah! Seems to have seen the corpse up there and waves over to the dock. Like, excuse me, there's one up here. Would you bring a cloth? He walks back down. He's just kind of standing at the base.
No, I was. I'll go over to Finn just to check in first.
As soon as I hear your footsteps approaching, I slam my book shut.
You okay?
Honestly, and I think that's important for partners, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm afraid you got the short end of the stick here.
Don't say that. Look, we both have our strengths, and it's fine. Please don't be hard on yourself.
I mean, it's not me. It's the world. It's everything. Maybe my father was right. Maybe I'm not cut out.
No, look. You are the one that will keep all of the information, and that's really, really important.
It is important. It is, but if I keep missing the important bits, I need your help to finish my notes from both now field exercises together. This is not how I thought any of this would go.
It's our first time, so please be gentle with yourself.
You're right.
It's hard.
No one learns how to dance on their first time on the floor. Excuse me.
Yeah,
But,
right, yes. You're right, Aaron. I'll stand up and brush myself off again. And right, so all we can do is keep going, right? And well, there's still more to uncover as far as our information goes. I'll be all right.
If you allow me a few more minutes, friends, I do have one more inquiry I'd like to make on the ship. Can I, GM, try and intercept somebody who is heading, that has the cloth up to the helm?
Yeah, there seems to be one other worker there who has hopped on. He's got a bundle of cloth and he's heading up to the back of the ship.
I'd like to intercept him and be like, I've seen these ones up close. I can stomach it a bit more. I'll see to the one up top.
I mean, we can, sure, it's all yours.
And I'd like to head on up to the guy up at the helm, and I just want to check out the helm of the ship and just see if there's anything askew or wrong with the mechanics of the steering wheel, if there's anything. It's bugging me that no one was steering this thing, and yet it was heading straight for the docks. So
Sure.
I want to see if there's anything up there that might stand out.
Give me an investigation check.
Sure. That's an 8.
An 8. Yeah, coming up to the helm of the ship, you immediately do notice, it's hard to miss, there appears to be like leather straps on either side of the helm, kind of where naturally hands would rest. And looking much closer to them, it looks as though the ends of them are frayed or maybe chewed.
The straps themselves.
They look as though they're tied to the helm itself, and then the bits that are kind of dangling off of it looks like it's bite marks that have worn through them.
I'll look to the other dock worker who called for help. Are you familiar with the ship? Is this a ship that makes coal often?
I looks up. Yes, it's one of the main shipping ships, but I just unload the stuff, so I don't.
Do you know who captains the ship?
No.
Intriguing. I'll help wrap the body up.
Sure.
Take it back down.
As you're wrapping the body up, with that same investigation, you immediately start with the top where the head had been brained in by Dwathi. As you then go down, you notice that there are leather straps tied around the wrists of this creature.
Strapped themselves to the helm. Yet they were... Oh my god. Okay. I'll lock that for a moment. Piece that together. Can I try and undo the straps
Sure.
to start off with and just ease that tension?
Yeah, the knots on the straps here seem very well done. Like they were made by somebody who knew what they were doing. But with a bit of finagling, it takes time, but you're slowly able to work the knots off. Clearly, these would have been hard to undo. But
So they strap themselves to the helm? Is that kind of what you're saying, Scott? Or,
it's possible.
Okay. Jesus.
If you want to compare them,
I don't have any expertise or any knowledge of any nautical vessels, so I don't know if there's anything else I could surmise from looking at it any longer. But yeah, I'll just really take in like the arrangement for now.
Yeah.
And try and clock it in my memory for later discussion.
as you take in this new information, whatever it might mean, you finish up work, covering up the body, and that the gentleman down below, you hear, "Is it done?"
Aye, ready for transfer.
All right. Well, I'm not taking that, but I'm going to I'm just going to do the rope thing, and he goes up and very clearly is shimmying along back to whatever he saw.
Understandable.
Yeah.
And just, all right, and arm out. Suddenly, a rope is tossed. He catches it, ties it off, without even looking, as if speaking to you. Thank you. Bye. And right back down.
I will proceed back down, calculating, assessing, and then finally reach the edge of the dock and remember that there's actually people around me.
At this point, the whole group, having collected by the dock, Captain Fury is there. She says, "Well, good. I greatly appreciate what you've done. I truly do. As I said, now that the ship is taken care of, it seems we are in a much safer place.
I mean, listen, this was terrible.
It was. It truly was.
And I assume it doesn't happen often.
No, I'm used to beasts. They happen more often than not. I'm used to the occasional monster.
Right.
I'd never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, and have you seen anything like this?
No.
Okay. So, on our travels, again, this was like a day ago.
Mm-hmm.
We encountered some monsters. We fought them.
They were spiders.
Yeah, they were very large.
I'm familiar with them, yes.
you know, you see him in the distance usually, but the cart was already destroyed before we got to it, and there were these things, and there was one on the side of the ship.
So
Have you seen anything like this before? You haven't.
No.
You said that. I'm so sorry. I'm very dazed.
You say, where this cart? Where was it? What?
A day up to upstream, actually, from here along the river.
Up the Mifstream.
Yes.
is that the same direction this ship was coming from?
Not exactly the same. Coming down the Conderflow towards the coast, but that does give us a range of where this might have happened. Clearly, whatever. Sounds as though this may have happened to the east.
Did you describe what you saw to the rest of us, or are you keeping that?
The helms, the Seville? No, not quite yet. I think I would have still be weighing that.
Captain Ferry, forgive me. I don't mean to raise any alarms.
It's
my name
way
is-
too late for that.
Well, right. You're absolutely right. My name is Finn De Morgan with the Lore Keepers. Well, the
rather
ship
lucky.
seems clear right now. Well, again, I don't mean to startle or anything, but I still have reason to believe there may be some lingering concerns.
As do I. I'm hoping that they're being looked into now.
Right. Well, this ship, we have reason to suspect it may have been carrying something illicit or some form of contraband. And while we didn't find anything dangerous on the ship, one of the crates that may have escaped, it may still be out there. I don't know what exactly this might have been. It could have caused the outburst of violence here on the docks or the ship to crash, or it could be out at the bottom of the river.
And contraband, what? Any idea what this might have been?
Not certain.
Do you mind me asking what leads you to believe that there would have been this on the ship?
Would I have reason to trust city guard out beyond the walls?
She, you don't seem to have any reason to distrust. If you'd like, you can give me an insight check just to...
Yeah.
Not necessarily for anything in particular, but her demeanor in general.
That'd be an 18.
An 18. Now that she's settled back in, you can see that she is a calmer, collected person than when you first met. And everything that she has said up to this point feels as though it's coming from a place of genuine concern for the people, thinking back to all of her actions. She seems purely focused on the protection of the people of Riversmeet.
Well, Captain, my partner and I are on an officially sanctioned investigation on behalf of the Law Keepers and Conservators, sanctioned by the Order itself. I don't know if we can divulge more than that at this time.
I see.
The Order?
Yes, the Order. Do you know another?
No. That was just, you're all the way out here.
Right, yes. Far from home, so to speak.
Where?
Quick, give me a persuasion check as you're talking to the captain.
All right. Not bad. 14.
14? Okay. So, it seems strange that any of this would be happening here, but seems like more than enough for me. So it may have gone downriver, you say?
That is my fear.
There's 2 boxes
Yeah, I was gonna say.
that we managed to not snag, but they're not floating all the way down.
Yeah,
I can help.
Yeah?
yeah. There are 2 chests that we were gonna look into, but most of the cargo that was in the ship seems to have
We've
floated
had
away.
we've had spills here before in the past. We don't enjoy it, but we are able to, or at least the foreman here is able to pull things from the bottom. This is going to be a tedious task, but it's doable.
Okay.
So
I mean, do we? I don't want to get mixed up in whatever
Right, yeah, sorry to
got
drag
going
you
on.
into...
But, I mean, Dwathi, you say you can help? Do you want to go hop down and
Sure.
we can... Well, maybe Chauncey
I was
can
gonna
add
say.
some-
Yeah.
Can he swim?
I don't know.
Can't climb up the
GM,
side
can
of
he
a
swim?
boat.
you don't
He
know.
seems very heavy to be floating in the water.
And as much as I appreciate your eagerness to help, again, it is you will be here for a while helping with this.
Oh, I didn't want to. I didn't
no,
want to
I-
get in the water. I just wanted to grab the 2 chests to check. Maybe. We don't want illegal stuff out and about, right?
Right,
I was
yes,
just
and
going to help
yeah.
get those 2
Speak-
crates onto the dock.
Yeah.
speaking of which, would you mind if we held on to that, whatever that is?
Oh, I've got a couple more. You can have the one that I gave you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a couple more of those.
These quills?
Yes.
Yeah. I pulled 3 of them out of the one cart.
Andy, do we need to take all of those?
Like they looked.
The quills?
Right, yeah, the middle
I
organic.
think one is fine, and we'll see what it is. I don't know.
We have no reason to distrust so far, so
No.
yeah, one would be fine. Yes, at least then
Yeah.
we can investigate further.
Oh,
You have 1 keratin metal spine quill.
cool.
Why don't
Wrote
you
that weird in my
Yeah.
notes.
you hold on to that? We'll take a closer look. You let me know if you have any.
Spine quill. Those are letters. Cool.
So do you just want us to leave the other 2 chests, or are we cool to
If you can just, you say that it was tied to the front of the ship?
Yeah.
Or,
Right inside the hole.
and she looks over to a couple workers and says, would you mind, there should be something to haul out there, just
Oh, okay.
do, and
Easy enough.
it's the things at the bottom of the river that are going to take longer, and if it
Yeah.
flowed downriver, unfortunately, that is something that it's no longer salvage, it is an expedition.
course.
We do not do those here.
Well.
Anything that has gone downriver towards the coast, unless it is protected, it is lost.
Right. That's all right. That's all right. You and your people, please be careful pulling things up from the bottom, just in case. Just in case.
We will keep our eyes open. Should anything strange appear, then we'll look into it.
Right.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
And thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Yes. I'm sorry to have dragged you and your town into anything.
You have dragged me into nothing. This was quite literally thrust upon us.
Well,
Yeah.
as you say.
Captain Ferry, who's in charge of the Fairbanks?
The Fairbanks itself, whoever's captaining it on the day, it's not owned by any one in particular. If you want any more information on that, you'll need to talk to Marius.
Marius.
Marius, and who is this individual?
Marius is the foreman of the dock. He takes care of all of the shipping. He takes care of the mill. He takes care of the warehouses. He takes care of the docks. I also take care of the docks, just in the less of the business fashion.
And is Marius present at the moment? Could you point out this individual?
Absolutely. And as she gestures over to the mill, where you can actually see a rather large, human-looking figure who is talking to workers. He seems to be the one directing most people now as to the salvaging of the ship, the making sure that it is not sinking.
So he looks human?
Yes, at least humanoid. Now that the people have been contained, and now that this gentleman has been brought to your attention, it seems as though there has been an almost seamless handover from safety to business, and he is now the one running the show.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, Captain, thank you. We will certainly fill you in if we learn anything more, and we'll try to check in before we leave if we do end up leaving anytime soon.
I appreciate that.
We appreciate your service and your help, quite honestly.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch Finn and
Right.
Aaron. Yes, we spoke.
Oh, I'm Andy.
Andy and the two of you,
Oh, I'm Duati.
I can.
Duati and Aiken. Pleasure. I may have questions for you after all of this is done.
Of course.
Because
Guess
there's
we'll be staying at the Lost Cask a little bit longer then.
Okay.
We're happy to help in any way we can.
okay.
We were going to head back to Riversmeet, but we can wait a little longer, I bet.
Is your boss gonna be okay? I mean,
I mean, he's not our boss, just actually, kind of the foreman at the mill upstream.
Upstream. Ah,
It took me a while too, it's okay.
it's called upstream.
I'm sure he'll understand, though. Galkin is a very kind gentleman.
right. Well, I suppose you're officially in on our business now, so
I
at
guess.
least, if you're willing to stick around, we wouldn't mind. Andy, are you okay with
Yeah,
a little extra help?
absolutely.
I could certainly use it after today.
Yeah. And I've never done this before, but I have this instinct that, and I just try to like whistle and motion over to Chauncey to come over. I don't know if this is gonna work, but
Yeah.
have a feeling.
As you look over to Chauncey and you've never whistled before?
Not to Chauncey,
Oh.
not to like call Chauncey over.
You give a quick like over to
Yeah.
to Chauncey, and he immediately just comes up from it. He has been seated in the same position this entire time. He is very obedient, and just comes just trudging over.
I hold his face in again and I go, "You sweet little babe, I'm so proud of you."
So interesting. Does he have ears?
He does not. It is flat on the sides.
Like, no.
I think so. I can't. It's moving like it's alive. It's reacting like it's alive.
Duathi, as you lean over, Chauncey, and glowing blue eyes, you can tell, though it lacks pupils, it feels like it is just staring right into you.
All right, screw the ritual. Speak with animals.
Hello.
There doesn't seem to be a response.
Oh. What are you?
Just out of curiosity.
He's gonna
Andy,
keep doing that.
Yeah.
Does he talk to you?
No, I wouldn't say we like converse, but
Right. That would be
there's
very weird.
a connection. Look, this is new to me too, so I'm just trying to figure it out.
I keep
as
doing.
well. Look, I'm just enjoying this.
Me too.
Does it do?
As am I, as you look back, and Captain Fury's just been kind of
Oh.
watching this whole time.
Oh, right, yes.
So you say I can find you at the Lost Cask?
That's
Oh,
all
well-
we
Yep.
know of this. We know of this place.
we have accommodations over at the inn.
The Night's Rest.
The Night's Rest, yes.
The Night's Rest. You're staying there.
Yes.
You can call on us there, yes.
Perfect. I
How
promise
long-
you that I will.
How long do you think you'll need us for? I'm not in a hurry, but we want to talk to Galkin, just make sure everything is copacetic.
Well, I'm sure once we've looked through and seen what we've been able to immediately salvage and see if we aren't able to find this thing that you are believed to be there, and once I have answers from Sada and about what these things might be, then we will be in touch.
Who is
Yeah,
Sada?
you keep saying this name.
Sada, she's You could call her a doctor, a physician, and yes, she is a researcher of sorts.
You wouldn't mind putting in a good word with Sada? We might have some questions after the examinations.
You may speak to her if you would like. I'm not.
Sure, sure.
I do not govern. I do not.
Of course.
And as she says the word govern, you see this wash over her face. She goes, "Oh hell. I need to report to the overseer. Yes, I need to report to the overseer.
The overseer.
I must be off. Stay out of more trouble. Or if trouble happens, again, I thank you for what you've done." And she gives a salute, turns, and heads off.
I like her.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you're with the Order?
Well, not exactly with the order, all right? Let's be clear. I'm with the law keepers, and
Yeah, I'm a conservator.
right, we're more like requisitioned help, so
Cool.
to speak, right?
Right, and are you with the Order?
No, I'm as caught up in this as you are now.
Okay.
Right. You seem to have strong preconceptions about the order, and
It's been a while. Now, I have nothing against the Order.
sure.
It's weird that you're way out here doing Order business.
Yes, it is. You're telling us.
Look, we were just as surprised as you are.
We don't even really know how far away from home we are, to be quite honest. And to be clear, if you had any problem with the order, well, that is not our business. We are not enforcers of, well, the Order of Melos is a separate organization. We
Yeah.
each have our own objectives.
Sure. Where is home then for you?
For me, Saros Mena.
Oh. Okay.
Right. Have you been?
That's my hometown.
Really?
Yeah.
What quarter?
What quarter would that have been? I don't know. We just.
So you would have lived. The residential sections are all quite different, but you would have been closer to the outer ring of the city.
Cool. Just the outer ring.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's lovely out there.
A while since I've been back. Is it nice after the wall opened?
The outer ring or the?
Just the city.
I mean, it's lovely. It's everything anyone could ever want, really. And the outer ring is quite nice as well. My family would vacation there in the summers.
Yeah, it's nice.
Right.
I studied there, but
Right.
I'm from a small mining town.
All right.
Yeah.
And
You from?
Coincidentally, also from near Saros Mena,
Oh,
though not the city proper.
great. That's where I'm from.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I was
Gonna
I
gonna
forget
say-
what I've told you.
It's okay.
and Duarte, I mean,
Where are you from?
I don't. I was outside of Upstream.
upstream. Upstream. I see.
Yeah.
Upstream.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
lovely town. Great people.
Hmm.
Better ale.
Well, hopefully we can visit.
Sounds lovely.
If our work takes us there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So where do we have to go stay at the place that had the local?
The local. Yeah. I don't know how long we're gonna be here.
So we have to stay because the nice lady with the hand gestures, she says we have to stay.
Salute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of us to stay.
Okay.
But also, if we're gonna be here overnight, The Lost Cask was a tavern. It's not an inn.
Yeah,
right?
it's just a place to drink.
I mean, you
So
can
we could.
come with us.
I mean, I'd
We
like to
might
make.
as well check out the digs and see if. I mean, we need to sleep if we're going to be here overnight. I don't know how long we're
Sure.
going to be.
We could make sure Galkan has the room too, because he's probably going to want to sleep. Because I could probably help with his arm, maybe.
I think it might be prudent to speak with this Marius fellow before heading back
Yeah.
into town. Dr. Sada might need more time before they have anything of use, but Marius, I'd be very interested to see if there was some kind of manifest, if he was expecting any. Like I said, I'm worried that contraband that we're looking for was.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know for sure, but we've reason to believe that there might have been something on the ship.
Right.
Question for DM.
Yes.
In my past history, is this one of those situations that I would have seen the locked down, like, cart taking things away kind of situation? The way that they're from the Order and such.
How do you mean, like this situation?
So, back in the day,
Yeah.
anytime that there was, like, something that we couldn't handle,
Yes, so this isn't quite that,
Okay.
because that was all within the city.
Yeah.
Things are very different out here.
would I have understood? Probably not. Before I left,
Mhm.
would have I had heard any other expeditions besides just making sure that this outside area was safe?
No.
Okay. Cool. But it does seem serious that the Order is involved.
You give me a history check.
Oh, that's a 2.
2. You're not massively familiar with all of the workings of the Order, but the words Lorekeeper and Conservator, they do ring a bell in your mind. And you aren't exactly sure what, but from your most recent conversation, it does sound as though this is affiliate, not the.
Contractor work.
Right.
Cool. So do we want to make our way to the night's rest, you said?
Well,
Or
if
no,
we want
to
to go
Marius.
talk
Marius.
Right. I
Marius,
mean,
but
he does seem busy. We could come back at evening, sunset, when perhaps the work for the day might be done. Show a little respect, but also, well, it seems prudent, and could be time sensitive.
I think
Yeah.
at least an introduction should be made.
yeah, I was gonna
here.
say
Right,
we
before
can,
he gets
we
the
can
people
check in
that-
and see if he'll
Right.
still be here
Right.
later.
Mm-hmm.
We can do the talking if that's more.
No, I'm just curious
Me
about
too.
this whole situation. It's weird.
Everything is
I
new
mean,
to me out here.
Yeah.
So.
I'll just start walking
Yeah.
towards Marius.
All right. As you walk over towards Marius, you hear him speaking with a couple of the other workers, and you catch right as he's saying, "And once we're finished with that, we'll also make sure that the breathers are clean and ready to be used. You got that? Good, go about." And he turns right as you're approaching and says, "Well, aren't you a different looking one? And aren't you a different looking one? And aren't you a different... How can I help all of you?"
Hi.
Hello.
I feel like you should maybe do the
Oh,
talking.
right, yes. Hi, Marius, right?
Yes.
Yes, Captain Ferry said you might be of some assistance. We are, we helped clear the ship after the
I did see you
attacks.
hop aboard. That was quite helpful. I do, yes, you did. I'm assuming great work. You're still here. You're still around. If you don't mind, I also have a lot of great work that I need to be doing. It's not great, it's rough work.
Sure.
Totally understand.
What sort of assistance did she say I'd be?
Well, we were expecting some cargo on this ship, and
A lot of people were, yeah.
right. Well, it seems to be missing, and wondering if there's any sort of shipping manifests or how you inventory your
But
intake.
also, if there's a better time for us to come back.
Sure,
That's it,
I can do
that's-
all of this. There is
can
a
do
shipping
that.
manifest. It would have been up there. I'm guessing it's down there now. There would be a better time. It's when I'm done getting what's down there up here. And as far as the way that I take things in, usually it's from taking it from the ship onto here. Today it's going to be from taking it down there and on there onto here. It's a lot of moving parts
Yeah.
and a lot of
Nice.
people with the moving parts.
Well,
It's a lot of work.
I can
Yeah.
tell you're a man of hard work, and
On my
we
good days, yes.
don't intend to keep you from your business. Perhaps when do you expect perhaps to have the cargo back up so that we can check in at a better time?
You know what? I'm assuming later than I would like and sooner than I'm hoping.
How about tomorrow?
I
good time tomorrow
would,
for you.
if this takes me all night, you can talk to me tomorrow, and I will be in a better mood after I've had a drink.
Well, we will
Great.
come with a drink then. How
I
about that?
like you already.
Right. Yes.
One last question.
Sure, you can have two.
There were two trunks that were. Are they here?
Those, and he points over on the dock, and you can see that there are now two sopping wet chests that are on the edge of the dock. They haven't been moved; they're still tied to the boat.
Cool.
And as you're looking, you actually see the taut rope. Then
Oh,
it seems as though it was cut from the inside.
dang it.
Yep. So right now my manifest is 2 chests and some logs, more logs that are gone.
Right.
Working on it.
Great.
Hey.
Do you mind if I try to open those?
Um,
I can do it later.
yeah, that would be. I'm not sure which property that is. Once I've known what property that is, then I'll be able to let you know whether you can open
Totally fine.
it. There's some people that if it's theirs, I don't want touching it.
I get it.
Yeah, my job's important,
Okay.
and I don't want to lose it.
I got it.
Of
Anyway,
course.
Last question.
I promised you 2. That was 1. Here's 2.
Yeah, this is 2. With your ale, would you like coffee or tea in the morning?
I'll do, the tea's not great. Ale's fine.
Great. Yeah, the tea tastes a little bit like the ale.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Excellent.
Great.
Pleasure to meet you all.
We'll
See you in
be
the
back.
morning. Hey, put that down! And he pushes past you. As you can see, he heads towards one of the workers who is now like moved over to the chest and was picking it up.
I'm just like, thank you.
Very busy.
You all are welcome to head back to the tavern. I'd like to finish with my field notes before leaving the site.
Do you want me to stay?
I'd love that. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, maybe we could also just piece some things together.
All right.
Together.
Sure. Yes. Excellent. Certainly, more help is better, right,
Yeah.
Andy? There's no rules against calling in some local help, right? I flip open my spellbook and begin to just dictate details of the site as the mage hand just writes, presumably everything I'm dictating.
As Finn now just seems to be narrating out loud everything that he is seeing, everything that he is remembering seeing. It's
procedural. Yeah.
In a eerily similar tone to Finn's, Aaron will add the debriefing notes of the ship's helm to
Oh, that is very interesting added information, Aaron.
rather strange bite or clawing marks of these leather straps on the helm.
You think our captain was one of the zombies?
I believe there might be. Whether or not it was of their own volition or against their will, it remains to be seen, seeing as they cannot be found.
Writing all of it down. There's 2 things I'd like to specifically look for,
Okay.
if possible. I don't know if from the docks we can see this, but the site where the pin was sticking out of the hull, and the site of the breach on the far end where the water was coming into the bottom
absolutely.
deck.
So that side now seems to be faced out towards the river itself.
All right, so from what I can recall from inside and from what I can see from outside, is there any evidence of the splintering going out from inside out of the ship, or vice versa?
From everything that you saw from the inside, there was a lot to take in. It didn't look as though there was an explosion or anything that would have burst. It was just, it was splinters and it was debris.
And did it appear to be from the collision, or perhaps pre-collision, just based on positioning where it made contact with the dock?
How are you wanting to go? Like, based on your recollection, or are you actively investigating this now?
I would definitely be recalling everything I saw from inside.
From everything you saw inside, it's impossible to tell.
And then I would like to see from outside the damage to the dock. Does it match the shape of the hull, or?
So, Sven, you rush off towards the dockside itself, specifically where the damage was dealt, looking about. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Excellent.
He was not talking to that.
Yeah.
That's a 16.
16. You can definitely see now where the dock had been destroyed from the ship coming in. The ship had hit, and you can see where it hit the rocks beneath. There is debris, splinters on the now exposed, jagged earth that is the riverside. Most of the riverbank is underneath the dockside here, but yeah, with the force that it hit, you can see that it is rock underneath, and it looks violent.
And the breach is likely from that collision, from the running ashore?
It's possible.
All right. Because I'm dictating out loud all these notes, all that information is open to you as I notate.
So there's leather on their wrists and on the helm.
Aye.
And chew marks.
Aye.
Was he chewing? Was he on there and they're like...
My instinct leads me to conclude that yes, something strapped the captain or whoever was helming the ship to the helm. Something then either attacked them, deterring them from their course, or God forbid they were under such duress that they felt this was their only escape.
I mean, we were told to expect beasts. I have general expectations of what's out here. Undead is far beyond my grasp, and certainly sheds a different light on things. If this captain was strapped to the hull, like...
Fortunately, without anybody with first-hand knowledge of how this all began, we will continue to ask questions until we drive ourselves into the grounds. I would like to focus on what we can pursue at this moment. It concerns me that there were 2 instances of these sorts of creatures. One that you have encountered personally, and this being a second from 2 different directions and 2 different rivers. The captain seemed to mention that this ship was coming from the east, from the ocean, though you came from inland. It concerns me that this is not inherently...
A minor correction. It was coming from inland towards the coast.
Oh,
Basically,
okay.
this would have been the last stop.
I see.
But based on the captain had mentioned, based on where the spines had hit the ship, that everything seems to be happening on the east side, and that also being
kind of between the Mystrium and the Conderflow.
Exactly.
Kind of
So
a
if we have
double
like
wedge.
the Mystrium here, the Conderflow here, the ship was coming down, and you were coming down, and in this area,
Okay.
things seem to have been.
Oh, okay.
So that would be on the other side of the river from upstream, basically.
On the same side of the Conderflow as upstream.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything there?
I don't know. I didn't wander much further than upstream, and then now we stayed for a while.
Yeah.
You can actually give me a quick history on this, because you've done a little bit of exploring.
I have.
It's all right, you should trust them.
History?
Mhm.
2.
2.
Throw it out.
That's every single one of my dice just now.
It's 2 twos.
You've done a lot of wandering, and at some point, it all kind of blends together.
It's a lot of trees and grasslands.
if we can't talk to Marius again until the morning, and this Dr. Sada I'm very interested in speaking to as well, but I could badly use some rest and perhaps
Same.
some food, drink. Would you mind either of you sharing some more details over an ale of this cart and your previous encounter?
Of course.
Sure. I do want to make sure Galkin gets a good
Yeah.
room and is taken care of.
Oh, right.
Is
Do I s-
Marius still nearby?
He seems to be over on the farther end of the dock. Again, not barking orders, but definitely belaying.
Do I?
But we
We
also
s-
just saw Gauntlet.
say, do we see Galkin?
Ogalkin
out?
is long gone. He had as soon as the ship had crashed, was already on his way towards the town to be seen to.
Okay, well then, I guess we need to figure out where they took him. But
I'm
I
assuming
suppose we
either the
could
physician
leave.
or
We could leave word with Marius, maybe.
yeah, or Emin. He's
Or the
not very nice,
bartender.
but you know.
Also, I
Yeah.
don't know if this helps, but it seems like there's only really one place to stay here,
It's
so
true.
he might be able to find you.
Good point.
Okay.
Was he injured in the?
Oh yeah.
Ah. Well, perhaps if he's in Sada's care, we can check on him in the morning.
That's probably
Yeah.
true.
He
That
should
would
rest.
make sense. Okay.
Right.
Okay, then we can go and get a room and have food. Yeah.
Right.
Indeed. We shall dine.
Let's go.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
To the night's rest then.
We will follow you
Yeah,
then.
lead the way. We literally just got here like 2 hours ago.
I flip to a page in my book and you see a hand-drawn map of the town. The angles are all very sharp. It looks less hand-drawn, honestly, than. Right. Yes. Just up this way.
And you think you don't have any skills?
Well, look. I mean, what good is a map and a pen
We'll
in
talk
combat?
about it later.
As you head back towards then the direction of the Lost Cast, over the bridge of the Sauthern and into the southern district of the town where the Night's Rest is, we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
Ooh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back here in about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Hope that you enjoyed your break. Hope that you are well watered, well fed, and well rested. We're going to go ahead and dive right back into it. So our party, having wandered through the southern district of Riversmeet, two of you now for the first time, you see that the southern district of Watersmeet is comprised more of a residential area. Houses litter the shoreside and inland. The streets here are not earthen. They are lightly paved, more of a cobblestone sort of work on the main streets. A few of the alleyways between the houses go into that more pebble and compacted gravel. And to the right, as you look away, the countryside kind of spills onward. You head towards the riverside of the town. The town seems to keep mostly to it. And as you pass by, staying along the Soft Fern and heading towards the Conderflow, you see a small open-air market. There seem to be peddlers. You see stalls with fish, meats, some fruits, vegetables. You see someone that seems to have not a full blacksmith's setup, but someone who seems to be doing a little bit of metalworking and has a knife sharpening stand. And your new companions take you through this open-air market, taking a slight right turn where the cobblestones continue on to a large inn. You can see the a sign hanging above it that has the helmet of a knight, and its eyes, though normally a visor's eyes do not change, the eyes appear to be shut as the knight is sleeping.
Oh, I get it. Oh my gosh.
Home sweet home.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Good accommodations?
Well, the only accommodations,
Yeah, I
really.
mean- They're fine.
I don't know what you're used to.
Some hay, sometimes. Pretty much, I shouldn't be asking if it's good accommodations.
Well, it's luxury then, you could say.
Yeah. Fancy.
They have beds.
Great.
Whole bed.
Okay. So we should go inside and get a bed?
That's usually what we do in an inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps some food and drink first, though?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we
I could eat.
should chat.
I think, yes.
Cool.
I certainly have questions. I'm sure you as well. Duarte, you seem full of questions. It's quite endearing, actually.
Oh, that's nice of you. I just like to know things, you know, and I get really excited about things that I don't really know anything about. Like, it was really hard. You should have seen how much I had to think about not going down that street with all the people where they were selling all the things. I really want to go talk to that blacksmith and ask them about what they were doing. And there were some things that were for sale, and I could go look at them because they sell things down there, right?
Mhm.
Right. And I could go look at them and...
Well, I need a tailor, so perhaps tomorrow after our house calls we can
We can explore.
go shopping.
And you can do all of those things.
Okay.
And someday maybe you can come to Saros Mena, because if you're impressed by this
Oh.
market,
That was what Aiken was saying. Aiken was saying it was very pretty.
Get on a train.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does the train come out here, Aaron? Do you know?
Not that I'm aware.
Yeah.
Huh.
Doubt it.
And how did you get? You walk, or it
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like a.
Yeah.
How far are we? Is by foot from home?
Pretty far. I did take like a 50-year hiatus
A 50-year.
between there and where I am now.
Well, you look quite great for however old you must be to take a 50-year break.
It's the heritage. You know, it just we look real good. The sun has kind of, you know, it's giving me freckles. It's a little weird. No, I mean it's a good couple of weeks from at least.
A couple couple of weeks by foot.
Wow.
Yeah.
How?
I've kind of lost track of where we are, but I don't have a map like you do. I just
Well, I
follow the
only
trails.
have the map of here, so.
That's wild.
Do we have to walk home?
I don't know.
Oh,
Let us first continue.
We'll
first
figure
consider
that
walking
out
to
later.
a table, and we can confer. Preferably not in the open air.
right, yes, and
Somewhere more secure, if you don't
Got it.
mind.
I think that's all the hiking I have in me tonight, anyway. From here to the table in the corner.
Precisely.
Right.
Let's go.
As you step into the Night's Rest, and actually it has a much more pleasant smell than the Lost Cask. It seems that this establishment is more for comfort. It is by no means luxurious. You enter in and you can see a well-worn hardwood floor. Surrounding the space are circular tables, no booths of any sorts, just tables placed all throughout. Many of them currently occupied with some couples and groups eating a full meal, having a lively conversation. It's by no means noisy or rowdy, but it is currently lived in. But there are still, of the 10-ish tables, at least 3 of them are open. You can see off the far end of the room there is a long bar behind which stands a different figure than who you had seen before. His proportions are odd. Though he stands tall behind the bar, his arms are much shorter. He looks to be a gnome that is polishing away at some glassware. To the left of this bar with the gnome behind it, the racks of drinks behind that, is a hallway, and within that hallway it splits. There is a set of stairs leading up and the hallway leading away.
If you guys get a table, I think we'll get a room just to get that cleared up before.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Right, yes. Can we get you a drink? I think we owe you that much.
If they have like not local ale,
I think we might be stuck with local, but I had a thought
We'll
on
ask.
perhaps how to make it a little less local.
just something with more flavor or better flavor.
How about chilled at least? Then flavor's less important.
I thought it was tasted delicious.
It
Right.
was fine.
I
We all have
like
different
fine
tastes.
things.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Love it. Excuse me.
Yes, hello.
Hi. We are very new in town.
Welcome on in. You seem to have come to the right place. Welcome to the Night's Rest. For anyone new in town, we've got beds, we've got drinks, we've got food.
We are going to need all of those things.
I have all of those things. And looks over at you, though you don't recognize, seems to say, and it looks as though you already have the rooms all covered, so I think we can have things sorted out.
Right.
We just need a room.
Just the one room?
Yeah, we can share. We've been sharing this
I
entire
don't-
time.
I don't think that's a problem.
No.
What do we... No? Sure.
Sure. All right, perfect. The single room, that is going to be, it's going to be 5 silver for the night.
Okay. I will take my tiny little pouch and count out a gold.
I can make
Just-
change, yes.
Could you?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
He takes the gold and he hands you back another 5 silver. We've got you all set up. There's going to be the third door on your left when you go up. It is currently unlocked. Be sure to lock it when you sleep.
Definitely, and I will hand back 2 more silver.
What can I get you to drink?
Oh, that's just a tip.
Oh, thank you.
You have been so kind. You were.
I've just said
Such-
hello and done my job.
Listen, after the morning that we have had, we are exhausted.
I was hearing some happenstances going about.
We were at the happenstances.
Oh,
Yeah, First, we came in on logs.
We did.
And
It was so
then-
exciting.
Ooh.
We
Wait,
met
wait, wait. On logs or on a ship called Logs?
on logs.
On
No, they were
logs.
I thought there was
on
only one ship
logs.
that was scheduled to come in today. I don't think it was the log.
No, that ship came in. It came in real fast and crashed. Yeah.
Dang.
Zombie things, undead
Well, I'm
creature.
glad to hear that you're all safe, and I hope that you've got passage out of here wherever you're going next. I'll grab you some. Sorry, you were saying you wanted something.
Oh, do you have just like, I don't know, wine, mead, or something? The ale here is fine, but I want something with just a little bit more flavor.
Absolutely, I've got a couple of options. I've got some Belvin's brew that's in the back. I've got I've got some. If you're looking for more of the wine variety, I've got some reds in from Saros Manor. It's they're a little pricier. It's hard to get them down here. They usually what flows down the Condor flow, I then get to have flow into you for a price.
Clever.
Maybe not that last one.
Okay, Belvin's brew. It's listen, it's got a decent taste to it. That one is just going to cost you another 4 copper.
I'll
Slide it across.
I'll handle at least the first
Slide
round.
it
Yeah.
back.
Oh,
It's again the least we
Thank
can do
you.
for your assistance.
I have one of whatever I can is having.
Belvin's
Alright.
brew.
Belvin's.
Brew.
I'll do the same.
Belvin's all around?
Tea for me.
Tea
your,
for you.
Your strongest variety, if you have.
Absolutely. You're looking for a dark tea, a light tea?
Dark and brewed
Good.
strong,
That's,
please.
those are the only 2 options I've got. I'll do
Okay.
a double brew for you there.
Excellent.
Anything for you, my
With
quiet
all due
friend?
respect I show, I will abstain. from the
Abstaining.
moment.
All right. Water?
No, I've had enough.
That's fair. All right. Well,
Does anyone want food?
Oh, me.
Yes.
What is there for eating?
for eating, well, luckily I do have access to a great market outside. I can
There are
cook.
so many things in
There's
that
so many
market.
things. So I can cook you up. Well, I can't cook you up, but we can have cooked up for you a nice fish fillet. It can do it can do something with. It's a little more gamey, but whenever they come into town, we've got the giant wolf's meat. Don't worry, we get it disinfected. It's not too bad. I can also do. I've got. In a pot right now, it's a big old stew. Basically, whatever like potatoes and sauces we've got left over, kind of put it. It's a forever stew. One of those things that just the longer it goes, the better it tastes.
Is that right?
So good. Have you ever had forever stew?
Kind of. I don't think we called it forever stew, but I understand the thought on that one.
Well, you know, forever stew's got to start somewhere. If it was just a beginning stew, eventually it'll be a forever stew.
Right. As the
I
cycle
think
goes.
I would like
Exactly,
some
it's a long time.
forever
That cycle,
stew.
and it's ever going.
It's
I'll
forever.
take some stew as
Some
well.
stew. All right.
Yeah.
I think I'll stick to the fish.
Fish fillets, forever stew, Belvin's and tea.
Aaron, you sure?
I would
Abstaining?
love to sample the local stew.
All right, the local stew.
Oh, stew.
Stew. All right,
Forever
so
stew.
we got stew.
Stew. Yes.
Oh,
Odd one out over
fish.
here. Andy, if
Belvin's
it's,
tea, abstain.
Good. Can I
Excellent.
try a
I'll let you
bite?
know.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I gotta do some math here. Let's we'll call it 8, 12. You know what? We'll call it another 5 silver, and that's
Thank
all
you.
around.
Thank you so much.
Very kind.
You're so nice.
I'll handle this first round of
Thank
food and drink,
you.
and then we'll
Appreciate
see
it.
where the night
Thank
goes
you.
from there. Hand over a
That
gold
is
piece.
so
And,
kind.
Alright.
Keep it just in case we come back.
You know what? I'll start a tab for you, and I'll just ring this toward.
Excellent. And your name, sir?
I'm Davern.
Darwin.
Yeah.
Very
You are
great
such
to
a
meet
pleasure.
you.
It's so
thank you.
lovely.
You should really speak to the guy over at the
Have you met
cask.
Emin?
Yes.
Oh, I try not to speak to him.
Seriously?
Listen, he's a great guy. He's
Is he?
Well, he's not trying to be mean or anything. He's just he's a straight shooter, and sometimes you don't like to get shot.
Well, appreciate the hospitality.
No, of course. Well, if you need anything, come see old Darwin. If it takes me a bit to get to you, it's because I got to climb down from here.
Right. Noted.
All
Thank you,
good.
Darwin.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll be in the corner.
Absolutely. Turns around. Order up!
Is there a table available, like in the corner? For
Oh yeah,
us?
there's a couple. There is one specifically in a corner-ish area.
Right. That's like
Um,
slightly away from other
It's slightly
people?
away from other folks. It's going to be impossible to be perfectly
Right.
private unless
Yeah,
you're in a
yeah.
room. But
Yeah.
this one seems to have. It's also far enough away from the wall that there's some room for Chauncey.
Cool.
What is the reaction from either Davin or the tavern goers at the sight of Chauncey? I imagine over the last couple of days they've
It's been weird.
right.
Garnered some attention.
Just a little.
All right. All right. So heading on over to
Yeah.
this corner table.
We were just asking if there was like a reaction to Chauncey from the people.
There's general. Give me 13 passive. What's everyone else's passive?
13.
14.
16, 14.
12 for me.
It's by no means like a room stoppers, but it is conversation stoppers. As you're heading on over towards the table, there's some just. Oh, did you see that? And some stairs, but it's not. You aren't out of place, but you aren't causing a scene.
Okay.
Right.
Everyone seems very interested in Chauncey.
As they should. I mean, it's magnificent.
He is
Thank
very
you.
beautiful.
Is it a it or a he? I should have
I
asked
think
this.
he is fine.
He, right. Chauncey.
Yeah.
And this is your life's work, is what you said.
I mean, I have been building him for a very long time. And he so you need a core for any sort of mechanical thing. And my Meister Conservator Delgin found one for me and sent Chauncey over, what was it, a couple days ago?
Just 2, I think.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's pretty wild and strange because I've never been able to really interact with him before.
He's, if you don't mind me saying this, and it's maybe weird, but he's beautiful.
Thank you.
A mechanical masterpiece, I would say.
Quite.
Thank you. I mean, I just built what was there. I found his pieces and put him back together again.
You found his pieces?
Yeah.
I had a suspicion. So was he one of the automatons decommissioned after?
Yeah, it was just, kind of trash that I could find.
Not Chauncey.
No, but other people's trash.
What they say, one dragonborn's trash is another's treasure, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's overwhelming, to be honest.
Well, you should be proud.
Thank you.
It's really,
Saved our butts a couple of times. over there.
seriously, put me to shame.
This whole time, I'm kind of just like patting his head.
It's right around this time that Dalvern is walking over with a tray, and you can see now, a bit shorter. Like, all right then. Well, I've got the brews here for you. We've got the Belvins, and the tea. You might want to give that just a little bit longer to steep. Otherwise, you said you wanted it strong, so
No, I appreciate it.
give it a minute. It'll be ready. Give it 3 minutes. It'll be ready for you. Food is in the food is cooking. The forever stews will be out here shortly. The fish. No,
Right.
fish.
Oh,
Oh,
fish, yes.
Fish. Fish is going to take just a little bit longer.
Fish for Finn.
Fish for
Oh, yes, Finn.
pleasure.
Nice.
Fish for Finn. So I'm not going to forget that now.
That was not.
That's going to take a little bit
intentional.
longer. It's going to be fresh fish for Finn, because we're getting it from the stall out front. It's a great setup that we've got. Stew's going to be out in just a moment because again, it's forever ready. I'll enjoy.
Darwin,
And
forgive me.
for
I've changed my mind. A glass of that Cerebus Mano Red, please.
So it's made of red. Oh,
Will the tab cover?
you know,
It can be covered.
The that one is going to be a glass of that's going to be a gold.
Sure.
So it doesn't quite. We're about halfway there.
Right.
But
I would like a glass, please.
sure, I would like five silver. And takes it on over. Perfect. I'll be right on over with the Saros Red. And he wanders off.
Let me know how the ale tastes, and perhaps
Oh.
perhaps it might taste a little bit of cold.
As the mugs come up to your nose, it has an earthy scent to it, but not that same just sort of. It's not local mud, but it is more like fresh earth. And as you take a sip, that earth is then mixed with. You almost think a little bit of fruit. You're not quite sure what it is. It's a little zesty on the front end, but then smooth on the back. But then as that is going down, you do feel a little quick bite that isn't the most pleasant. But it's it's a good, a good kind of middle ale.
This is the best ale I've ever had.
And it is a little frosty.
All right. Well,
Does it you said it would be better cold?
I don't know, but an old party trick back at Academy. If you don't mind, I'll try. I reach out and I grasp the mug and close my eyes and try to listen for its resonance. As you see frost begin to expand from my fingers and form up the mug, I pass it back to you and you feel it's cold as I've cast Prestidigitation to chill it.
That's so cool.
Parties.
Forgive my curiosity, do you not drink chilled beverages in Upstrom? Is
Well,
it
you
something that's
see-
difficult to come by?
Sometimes you put the bottles in the river for a while to just like chill in a little bit. If it's a hot day, it's a hot day.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, let me know what you think. If it's improved and anybody else would like to try.
I mean,
I'll take a
please,
sip
by all means.
instantaneously.
Absolutely.
Taking a sip, that initial smoothness that came with the fruit has now been replaced. That bite that was on the end is now a tingle that goes the entire way down. It has made the drink a little sharper, maybe less refreshing, but it is invigorating.
Okay, maybe this is the best ale I've ever had.
I think if we stick together, we might experience a lot of bests together.
I mean, do we need? Again, nothing against the order. Would we be contracting with you? We're maybe going back to Upstrom.
We should probably get back and help. said we
Well,
would go
I mean,
back.
again, we don't want to keep you from your business, and technically you're not a part of ours, but
Well-
we're sort of left to our own devices out here. We're given agency, and you've been great assets so far, and if you'd
Likewise.
like to stick around, we'd like to maybe pick your brain on a few things. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah.
Aaron, are you okay with at least for the short term?
In order to proceed, I do believe it is best that everybody divulges what they can in order to see this through to the end.
I think that's
We've
fair.
all been tied up in something that is rather concerning, rather dangerous, and unprecedented before. So it is best that everybody leaves with as much information as possible.
Yeah. We sure have had a lot of unprecedented days. Like recently.
Mm-hmm.
2 days in a row is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. How long have you been working together?
A few days.
A few days, yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, we just met.
To be completely honest, this is our first mission For me, it's my first time outside the walls, actually.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
congratulations.
Certainly not how I thought this would go.
Towns like these can be full of surprises, yes.
It's true. It's true. So you haven't really left.
No, never. For me,
Should.
anyway.
I mean, you are now.
Right.
But-
Yes. Whole wide world out here.
Yeah.
Books can't do it justice. I'm afraid.
It's amazing.
Just out
Scary.
of curiosity, where is where I'm from in relation to where we are?
You are at the. You are at the. You are from the base of the Conderflow.
Okay. Okay.
So very far south.
Okay.
So, if we were to help you, which I don't want to speak for Duathi.
Oh, I'm going to go wherever you're going to go. I'm just very concerned that we are making sure we are doing the right thing, and you know.
Well, do you want to see more of the world?
So big.
It's huge.
And at this point, a Dovern with a rather elegant-looking glass has gone over. I don't mean to interrupt. This is just for you. Enjoy. Thank you very much for your patronage. And wanders back. Food's on its way.
Thank you.
He is the nicest person.
I know.
It really is, actually.
Quite charming, yes.
The other host of this place is also quite nice, but he's particularly friendly.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's so nice. But yes, if we were to join with you, for me personally, I'd really like to understand what it is that you're chasing. Because it
Sure.
sounds like you said contraband and illegal and illicit.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
we don't really know completely for sure, but Aaron might be able to give you a little bit
right.
more.
I mean, it's.
I mean, I know we're kind of all in the same place, but
Aaron, whatever you're comfortable sharing, I think we can trust these folk.
I am as much in the dark as you two. I was told to alert the Order about some illicit dealings here in River's Meat, and you were the two that showed up. So, as much as you are learning to work with each other, I am learning on how to proceed with this information that was sprung upon me.
You work for the Order?
No. No, I know of the Order. I grew up near Seros Manor and am aware of its importance in the world, but no, I have no affiliation with the Order.
I'd like to insight check Aaron, not because I necessarily distrust, but to see if this account sounds any different than the one he gave us.
Oh. Go ahead and give me an insight check. Aaron, go ahead and give me a roll.
That's a spicy insight.
And
Just double checking. Oh wait, okay.
23.
8.
okay. Aaron, I leave it up to you to respond accordingly.
Yeah. You see Aaron compare mentally his words, and you can sense that his mind is more focused on how do I want to say this? His mind is definitely focused on choosing his words carefully.
And I keep all of this to myself and just nod. Right, Aaron did fill us in. He was our point of contact out here. His business is his own, just as ours is our own. But,
so the answer is we don't really know. We just know we were called here because something is up.
we
I
can
get that.
tell you more about what we've discovered so far, but it might be wise to do that somewhere more
privately.
Right.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Secrets.
You seem to have certain preconceptions about the Order, certain feelings. I can't necessarily read them, but you...
The Order is fine. Yeah, no,
Sure.
I just...
I agree.
They do their job. They keep everyone safe in the city. And that's good for them. And I'm just shocked. I'm sorry, I haven't seen anybody from my hometown in, like, a long time. So it's just kind of strange to meet two people who are from my hometown and someone who's been there out here.
Maybe we can just be a little taste of home, and perhaps I can help put your mind at ease a bit, because, again, we are not part of the governing body, we're not the enforcement, so we are more the bag and tag crew contracted to bring information back.
That's understandable. I mean, they deal in information
And
frequently.
the information that we report is only what is pertinent to our investigations, so your business is your own just as ours is, and, well, so far you have nothing to worry about. In fact, perhaps information you have is an asset to our investigation, but we can leave your name out of things if that helps.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I don't think we know... I mean, I don't know what you're chasing. All I know is now we've had 2 experiences, 2 days in a row, of these spines that have nothing to do with the actual incident that they're a part of.
I would go so far as to guess that whoever or whatever was attacking these vessels was interested in this illicit contraband. It's the most logical conclusion.
But listen. Again, I don't know everything that Galkin would have been well, it was Palin, unfortunately, who was bringing goods back from here up to Upstrom and was late. That's just like food and goods. Nothing illegal that I could imagine.
But
There are good people up there.
But should somebody be on the lookout for this illicit substance or this illicit material, they might take no precaution on whom they are scavenging from. Perhaps this Palin was unfortunately caught up in their interests, regardless of their innocence.
Yeah.
I mean, we have no reason to suspect your Galkin or Palin or any of the sort, so
I mean,
you are not
they-
suspects, if that's a concern.
Oh, not at all.
About at this
Okay.
point, you hear the clattering of dishes as Dalvern, you see now holding all of them in a very practiced manner, comes up. I decided that I should hold on, and you seemed like you were in the best, a good conversation, so I waited until the fish was done. It is a forever for you, and that's forever for you, fresh fish for Finn, and forever for you. Enjoy. If you need me, I'll be up there, and if I'm not up there, I hope you don't need me. And he rushes off.
Thank you. That's service.
Yeah.
pick it up, literally just pour it
It
down
is
my gullet.
thick, but not too thick. But it's heavy chunks of potato, carrots, that all at this point, when you bite into the particular substance in there, there's an explosion of flavor from it, the carrot immediately. But yet all of them seem to have mixed together, so with every bite there's just a new accent that's popping up.
I just
It's different every time.
There's a spoon, I'm guessing, each dish. Aaron uses mage hand to feed himself at the table.
Well, you use yours for eating, I use mine for writing. Finn, is there like cutlery?
Yeah, so the
With the
plate's
fish?
been brought out. There's a knife and a fork, and the fillet, it seems nicely sliced. deboned, possibly. You do see one little bone like sticking its way out.
With just practiced etiquette and precision, I go about cutting the bone, fork and knife, just cutting the bone out and just small bites and very, very mannerful.
My bites start small and then
This is the best forever, stew.
Good.
It's
Oh,
so
really
good.
It is
it's just
pretty good if you want a
Dude.
little bit.
Do you want to try the fish? It's also surprisingly, well, you know, with a river town and all that.
It is well seared. It seems as though, as said, by a river town, whoever is in the kitchen seems to know what they're doing.
Sure, I'll try it.
It's quite good. Surprisingly good. Way better than the tea. Yeah.
We kind of exchange.
Awkward handoff.
Family style. You
Yeah.
try some,
Yeah.
I'll try some.
Right.
Yeah, as you take a bite of the fish, it almost just melts in your mouth.
Like, it's actually hard to get fish that's good in Saros Minor, so you have to pay quite a price. Certainly more than we paid tonight.
It's delicious.
My stew, it's pretty good.
It's very good.
my stew is gone.
Yeah. So you're fancy folk?
I don't know about fancy folk. I mean,
It's. Yes.
I lived a life of comfort, so to speak. At least in terms of means.
Yeah, I kind of got that.
What gave it away?
You're very clean. I'm sorry. I know it's kind of awkward to talk about, but you are very clean.
It's a bit of a compulsion, honestly. It's drilled into me my entire life. I feel like I stand out like a sore thumb out here.
Look, you kind of do.
Especially with our new companion. At least Andy, you dressed for more of the occasion.
Ah, but you carry a distinguished air about you, and that is something to be respected.
We may need to think about our conspicuous strategy moving forward, but for now, we'll look good, feel good, my mentor told me.
I understand. No, I just, it's just kind of funny to watch you guys out here.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
you
not-
don't look like you're from here.
Well, I don't feel like I'm from here yet either, so you, on the other hand, at least you two,
You seem at home.
Very much so. Pretty much anywhere out here is home.
I mean, 50 years out here. I'd hope so at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't even been around anywhere that long enough to feel at home. Never necessarily felt at home in Saros Minor either, to be honest, but
That's a long time.
Finn, remind me your memory
of,
everything just in general.
I mean, it's very good.
Give me a reflexive history check.
Sure. My short-term memory is better than long-term, of course. History, though.
Short term better than long term?
Well, I mean, with the keen mind and my field notes right here, and then the journals left back at home.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The journals.
But a history check reflectively. Oh, that's the worst roll of the night so far at 11.
Okay. I'm.
Hey, look, out of combat, I can roll great. You know?
Something keeps sticking into your mind about that 50 years.
Oh, of course. You must have been one of the first out.
Oh yeah. Like,
Right. It's obviously before my time.
oh my gosh, how old are you?
It's really, oh, this is embarrassing. I'm 19.
19.
That certainly feels good. Finn sits up a little straighter and like literally tightens his tie. And
Yeah, I start sinking into my chair.
But you're young too.
Yeah, I'm not 19.
No, you're not 19.
I barely remember 19.
It's,
almost fell.
I barely remember 19.
Right.
I mean, sorry. I don't mean to.
No,
The
it's
stew
okay.
is
It's okay.
very
I get
good.
that a lot.
Aaron's just sitting there sipping his wine, like, lavishing all of this.
I'm just scared to say how old I am at this point.
You know,
At this
maybe
point-
we keep our those kind of questions for after we know each other a little
Sorry,
bit.
we don't discuss
As if on
age,
cue.
politics.
The door opens, and reflexively, you all turn, and stepping in is Captain Fury.
Oh.
Just immediately clocks you.
Not hard to
Says-
see.
All right, well, yeah. Said I'd find you here, and I found you.
Hi,
Here,
Captain.
pull up a chair.
I
Here.
appreciate the offer, but finish your food.
Oh. Okay.
Mine is
I have some questions and some bodies for you to look at. If you have,
Oh,
you still have the that thing.
Yeah, I'll give one to you guys as well, so you have it on record.
Why don't we keep it in our pocket here for now, and maybe be careful with that. I think it's time we should go see the doctor.
right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Certainly.
Chug the rest of my stew,
Yeah.
pick my ale, chug the rest of my ale.
Tea's maybe 1 cup down, but I leave the half of the fish. I just put the fork and knife down and like stand up, ready to go.
All right. As you stand, following Captain Fury out the door, and you hear from the back, "Just stay soft. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Room will be ready."
Great night. We'll be back.
I'm going to eat so much stew.
Farewell, Dobrin.
Leaving the night's rest and heading towards whomever Dr. Sada may be. That is where we are going to end tonight's episode.
10 more hours.
Please. So many questions.
We just got into it.
Who are we? Who are you? Who is this?
All questions that I cannot wait to hear answered at this table. Thank you all so very much for joining us. We hope that you had a great time tonight. I know we certainly did. The next time that Melos Machina will be back is a week from today, Wednesday at 7 p.m. We look forward to seeing you there. Have a great night, everyone.